What's up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the Wise Take MLB DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's truest of OGs, Mr. Patio Joe. You can find him on Twitter at Patio Joe. Ref Patio, opening day. It was, as the kids would say, lit. How you doing?
Doing very well. It was very nice. We hit on some really good calls. I think just from the first day, I was pleasantly surprised. It kind of went the way I expected it to go a little bit. We sat here and I said I could just see the Yankees going off for 3 or 4 runs in the first inning, and boom, that's what happened. I said Hyun-Jin Ryu is going to go give you 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, and get a QS and a win, and he got 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. And then Barrios, I said Barrios is my favorite GPP pitcher. He rolls up probably the pitcher of the day. So, we hit it. My cash game hit. I cashed 1 GPP, so I was happy. Had a little bit of profit on opening day, and like I said, I just love it. You cash a little bit, you just keep building that bankroll, and then you wait for the big hit. That's what baseball's all about.
That's it, man. It's a grind. There's a reason they call it a grind. Mm-hmm. Quick shout out to the Wise Take Nation, man. We had some big winners today. I think one of our members won $9,000 total. We had a few, decent sized wins from people that have never played MLB before. This was their first day, so shout out to the nation, man. It was a good day for everybody. I think the content all around. I know my article, did pretty well. Even the betting article I put, I went 3-0. I'm sure like Stevie's core did just fine. I had Brian in there, and had Baez and Brian in there, and like you said, Joe, a lot of the stuff we had talked about the night before. Barrios was a great call. It was just a great day for the nation in general, man. It was just everybody kind of. I know Cam was on a lot of that. I think that's what it came down to. Is a lot of us were on a lot of the same stuff when So we kind of were able to funnel a lot of the concentration places, but it was definitely an awesome opening week, man.
And all our pitchers I seem to hit too. We talked about the top 3 all seem to do well. Even Verlander got 55, and he gave up a run in the first inning. Everybody's thinking he's toast, but he gave up 50. He gave a 55, and then even all the way down below. Remember, I said let's punt a little Keller. And he rolls up a QS and about 43 points at 6,200. So if you paid all the way down and got those bats, Keller paid off too. So pitching wise, I was quite happy at our selection.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, when I was looking at the different exposures of the pitchers I had, it was like I'm looking at the top guys and I'm like, yeah, pretty much all these guys. It didn't really matter who I pitched to. It's like to a degree, It's like the ones that were in my pool all did pretty well. So, it was fun, man. Baseball is back, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Joe, we have a different kind of slate. Number one, the slate is much smaller. How many games do you have it in front of you? How many games we got here?
Yeah, we got 8 games, and it seems to me like every place where they don't think it would have had a rain out is playing tomorrow, but every place where they thought might have had a rain out yesterday isn't playing tomorrow. Yeah. Like the Yankees aren't playing, the Mets aren't playing, but the teams that are indoors, like the Toronto, Tampa, Miami, Milwaukee, they're all playing. Then the West Coast is all playing.
Yeah.
So it shows you that's actually pretty smart scheduling for once. I've always said that they should always start everybody out west where the weather's better, but this is actually pretty smart scheduling because they would have had a rain out today with one of these games, then they could have easily made it up on Friday if the weather was better.
Yeah, there you go. Dropping that weather knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think we have any weather tomorrow, too. Not right now. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I'm looking at it now, and I see a bunch of dome pictures on DraftKings right now. Yeah. Bunch of dome pictures. But very different kind of slate. Not as many options. I don't think there's as many overly obvious options. Today we had so much, and it was so much hype, but on this particular slate, we don't have the Phillies, we don't have the Yankees. We do have the Dodgers who just went nuts. We have some teams to work with. But yeah, it's just a little bit different pace. Looking at pitchers, Joey, I'm assuming that Garrett Cole is going to be he's got to be the cash option, right? You just go there, right? Cole.
I would. He's one of two. I would say. I'm also looking at Herman Marquez, strictly from the fact of I love his stuff. We were looking at his stuff last year. He basically was like 6 or 7 innings, like all, you know what I mean, like every single start. So we like him. He's facing a Miami Marlins lineup that's very weak, and he's a good pitcher on the road, good pitcher, at home. So I like him for the $1,500 discount if you need it. But if you can't, Cole is probably the cash game guy tomorrow, especially now that we know how some of the lineups are going to be. We can know who might be batting up in the lineup, good value. We can start them, especially in cash, to where we can fit those bigger bats. But like we said, there's not as many bigger bats, so we might be able to afford Cole, at least start off when you're making our cash build with Cole. And if not, we can always go down to Marquez.
Yeah, let's talk about Marquez for a minute, man. So last year, just amazing stuff. Just amazing stuff. My understanding, I haven't been following like too close with Marquez. I got to play some catch up tomorrow, but my understanding is that in the spring he looked decent as far as strikeouts go, particularly strikeouts. We don't really care as much about. We want to see strikeouts. What we want to see. He's going up against Miami, so essentially, I guess what you're saying is it's going to depend on if you need the salary or not, right? Like Cole is the preferred option, and then Marquez is the guy we're looking at. If you really, really need to squeeze out another, couple thousand, which you may need, but then again, like you said, there's not a lot of batters we got to pay for. Fair enough. I do like Marquez for tournaments a lot. It's just that the cash game decision is always tempting because it's strange. Like you want to pay up for pitcher and cash most of the time. You want to take the guy with the high, with like ceiling and a guy with a solid floor. Garrett Cole fits the bill, but at the same time, like the variance lies with the hitters. So I think oftentimes a lot of players they'll kind of try to cheat off the pitcher because they really want that extra 1,000 to spend on that one more the hitter that they feel is more secure. But what do you think? Like when it comes to are you like quick to just take the value in cash when it comes to hitters, or does it depend on the position? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it definitely depends on the position most of the time and where they're batting in the lineup. Like, for instance, today, what I saw a lot of people did is they put in Brandon Drury. He was like almost mid-price on FanDuel, and he was 2,100. So I know a lot of people plays him. So, if you have a guy that is all of a sudden, batting first and he's mid-price, you got to really like the guy at the position to not play him. Now, you do have the utility spot for that now on FanDuel, so it makes it a little bit easier to, like, for instance, if you wanted to still play Bryant and play Drury today, you could have, which that's what I did. I mean, I didn't play Drury, but what I'm saying is that you could have in one of my lineups I did. In one of my GPP lineups I did. So that's just basically your lineup construction, guys. You can move guys into your utility and then have that value guy in there. But yeah, if you're gonna pay up for the top pitcher, you're gonna have to find a couple guys under 2,500 to put in your lineup.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's talk some tournaments. Marquez obviously an option for tournaments. I think an option that we're both gonna be interested in tournaments regardless. Let me ask you about. You're a Dodger fan, right? So you're familiar with the whole Robbie Ray Dodger situation. You're familiar, right? Like you probably watched every game, probably even seen a couple in person. What do you think? We're talking tournaments. You're looking at Robbie Ray. How much is Robbie Ray on FanDuel?
He's like 8,500.
Oh wow. Okay, he's 10-1 on DraftKings. A little more pricey over here. What are your thoughts, man? It's your boys.
I think you can have good or bad Robbie Ray against the Dodgers. That's the thing. I mean, he's. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at his career against the Dodgers. He's CK Hernandez has 3 home runs against him. Ding, 2,400 guys on FanDuel. So he's probably going to be pretty popular tomorrow. Kike, he hit a home run today. So you either going to have good Robbie Ray or bad Robbie Ray against the Dodgers. 2 years ago, Robbie Ray was like lights out. This year, or last year the Dodgers hit him pretty good. So, man, I just don't. I'm not.
Yeah,
I
dude.
just don't know. You know what I
He
mean?
like just kind of fell apart last year, man. There was like a little dip in
Let's
his
see.
velocity,
Okay,
and he just fell apart. You know.
his last. Here we go. His last games against the Dodgers. September 24th, he pitched 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. Let's see. August 30th, he pitched against the Dodgers again. He won 5 and a third, four hits, 1 earned run, a home run, 9 strikeouts. So we see him going 5 or 6 innings, getting 7 to 8 strikeouts. So I could see it. I don't know if the ceiling is there, but I could see it.
Oh yeah.
What do I mean, he might. I don't think. I don't on FanDuel. I mean, on DraftKings, I don't. No, he's too much.
Yeah, man. It's a in tournaments. Yeah, like if you're doing a lot of lineup, you're doing like MME, then I think he's a guy you want some exposure to, and you kind of hedge it out evenly. Like if I would say I were to decide I'm gonna get like 15% Ray, then I'm probably gonna make sure that I have like a 15% Dodger stack on the other end of that because it's so small to kind of balance out. Because like you said, man, it can go either way. Robbie Ray's a big strikeout dude, but he's also prone to give up long balls. Also has high hard contact rates last year. I think in the spring, I think Paulie actually just sent me a text. Paulie says Ray 32 Ks and 16 innings in the spring. So,
Ooh.
whew, man.
Let me read you some of his 2017 numbers against the Dodgers
Oh, yeah.
because this is where you're like, wow. Okay, like I said, last year wasn't that good. He was decent, but okay. Last year, September 4th against the Dodgers, 7 and 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, 14 strikeouts. August 30th against the Dodgers, 6 and 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts. July 6th, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 13 strikeouts. Like 2 years ago, he dominated this Dodgers.
Oh yeah,
team.
man, no doubt.
So he's a GPP option.
For sure.
By,
For sure.
you know?
For sure. The question is how much Robbie Ray are you willing to risk? Because it's a risk, and we have other guys here who have similar upside. Like Marquez has that kind of upside. Garrett Cole, we know has that upside. Obviously, he's more expensive. But on DraftKings, you're saving like what 1,100. So it's not as steep of a gap. Robbie Ray's 10K over here. But yeah, it's gonna be a situation. It's gonna be something you got to analyze because he could win a tournament on with the kind of upside that he has. But at the same time, we have other players who have that same thing that maybe come with a little less risk. So it's we'll have to see. We'll have to see. You dig into that.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, just think about who are the guys that he's around that are below him on FanDuel that you would think possibly could do it is maybe Eovaldi. But, I mean, he's 8K. He's $400 less.
Yeah.
I could see him if he got some strikeouts behind him. And then going down below, there's nobody we talked about it a little before. There's nobody really down below that I'm like, ooh, let's just throw him out there because you got Matt Harvey and Estrada down below. We'll talk about that game later. That might be the Wendy's double stack. And then we got the unknown in Kikuchi against upset Red Sox team. I mean, I don't think I've played Matt Shoemaker ever in DFS since I've been playing. So, I mean, maybe Trevor Richards or Lucchesi if I had to go down low. I don't think we need to go down low though tomorrow.
Look at how much is Flaherty over there?
Flaherty's 9,300.
Wow.
Yeah, he's 500 less than. Okay.
That's interesting. He's 9K over here.
Wow, Flaherty is less than Robbie Ray.
Flaherty is less than Robbie Ray, but he's only $200 less than Marquez. That's the real issue, right? Like I like Flaherty. I think he's got nasty stuff, and the Brewers aren't as strikeout prone as they were like a couple of years ago. Guys like Yelich and but at the same time, Flaherty's got really nasty stuff, man. Got a really nasty strikeout upside. The problem is, the park's not great. He's sitting right next to Marquez, who you're kind of just like, oof. But yeah, it's interesting.
It's funny when they had those little, price discrepancies.
Yeah. Yeah. On DraftKings, looking at it from a DraftKings perspective, as far as like an SP2, I think obviously you could pay up for 2 on this kind of slate because like we said, I don't think there's a ton of obvious bats that like you feel like you have to jam all these bats in. So This is a slate where you could kind of grab two dudes and try to make it work if enough value opens up in the lineups. But if you were trying to go, like, I don't know how low you can go. I agree with that. I think Holland is literally, or Estrada is the cheapest you can go, and that's 58. But I think Richards and Shoemaker are going to be like where maybe we can save a little bit of money. It's just gonna like it could go terribly wrong. Richards, I think at this point, is going to be the more popular of the two, I would think. But at the same time, like my point is just that Detroit is just so bad. You know what I'm saying? So like for Shoemaker, like I don't like Shoemaker. I'm not a Shoemaker guy. But Detroit is so bad, so maybe there. Let me ask you a question. Which of those two? I'm assuming Richards would be your preference. Between those two, right?
Yeah, just I mean, the Rockies are a better team though, so I'll prefer him at home.
But at the same time, it's like Richards you consider a better pitcher, so it's like weighing those options out.
Richards can be a dick though, you know.
Oh yeah,
you know that, right?
Oh yeah. Richards can be dicks. Yes, this is true. This is very, very true. All right, let's talk about some of the guys, as you were alluding to, that we might want to pick on, man. Tell us about. First of all, I don't know. You're gonna have to change the name, man. You lost like 30-something pounds. You come on the show talking about a Wendy's. Act like you eating Wendy's double stacks nowadays? Man.
I know.
When's the last time you had a Wendy's double stack, man?
The Wendy's went out of business like right by my house like 6-8 months ago, and there's an El Pollo Loco there now, but. I've only had 2 burgers in like the last 3 months, so maybe we'll have to I don't know, we'll have to think of something else.
Yeah.
Protein shake ingredient today or something. I don't know. I'm drinking a lot of protein shakes and having a lot of Quest bars and stuff. Starving myself a little bit. That intermittent fasting, it works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it works. If you got the discipline to do that shit right. It's not as easy as it sounds, man. That shit. I used to do that shit when I wrestled, man. That shit was.
All I'll say is find the one thing that you eat the most that you had the hardest time and just cut that out for a week and see what happens, and then find something else, cut that out, and just kind of go on to it. Don't try and shock your body and be like, okay, I'm not going to do anything. You know what I mean? Kind of add to it, and then just watch it grow. You know what I'm saying? You got to be patient though. It's going to take a few days.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah. Patio Joe, man, discipline. What it's all about. Now, after you've given the nation an awesome little health speech, who's your Wendy's double stack of the day?
Boy, there's a couple games I like, but I think the one that kind of sticks out right now is the Angels and the Oakland game. I just think that the 2 pitchers, Matt Harvey and Marco Estrada, was a fly ball pitcher. The offenses aren't that, on the Angels, you kind of got the obvious guys that you're gonna go to, Trout, you got Crush Davis on the other side, but then there's other guys, you like Matt Chapman, Profar, Boer. I'm a big Boer guy. I think he's gonna get off the schneid here, especially against a fly ball pitcher. He's 2,900, so I like that. It depends on the lineup. The Angels come up with a lot of different lineup. If Robbie Grossman's leading off again, like he did at 2,300, that's not a bad value, too. So I think it's a sneaky game. I know it's one of our alumni now. Cash loves the A's, so fade the chalk, and Paulie D, I think, qualified for a final playing the A's. So people don't like to go there. But I think, because of the pitchers, I mean, they're the 2 lowest pitchers on the slate, FanDuel-wise, price-wise. So I think they're going to be popular.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. And it's a terrible ballpark, but at the same time, we don't have a ton of great spots, man. The decent ballparks have decent. You know who I think I agree with you in picking on Estrada and picking on Harvey. At least on a first look, seems like the way to go. And if we had to guess now who's going to be the chalk bats or the chalk stacks, we'd have to assume it was that. But let me ask your opinion on Cam's boy. What's his name? Peralta. Freddy Peralta. So last year, right? If you remember, he came on the scene. My man throws two pitches, curveball and a fastball, and was just racking up strikeouts. Eventually, I think once guys started to see him and get comfortable with his delivery, they started to tattoo him a little bit. He still has strikeout upside, but we know he's prone to blow-ups also. So where are you leaning with Peralta? Are you leaning looking like, what, I can take advantage of a Cardinals? I'm probably going to be a little lower owned in a good hitter's ballpark this time of year. Or are you looking more like, Peralta, I'm either going to play him or I'm not going to touch the situation?
I would probably attack Peralta.
Yes.
Before I would roster him.
Yes, I'm with that.
So,
I'm with that.
In that ballpark, I would assume that it's closed. So it's going to be. I will definitely go for him. The other guy that obviously the guy that I'm going to just pick on is I'm going to have a Padre stack tomorrow. Derek Holland. Derek Holland is can get blown up. Hunter Renfroe's got to play tomorrow.
Oh, those Suns! That pissed me off so bad. You have no idea. I did fine, but that pissed me off so bad that they didn't play Renfroe. I was so pissed. He owes me a home run. It's not even his fault, but he still owes it to me. Anyway, yes, continue talking about the Renfroe-less Padres.
So I think that Machado, Will Myers, it might be the day to play some of these Padres, see who matches up best against Holland stuff, and go with it. The interesting thing is I want to know how people are going to attack Kikuchi. You got the world champions, you got them the first time on FanDuel that you really can play them. You got Betts, Benintendi, big names. Guys don't really know it. You just throw it out there just because people won't know it, so they'll be contrarian, or do we want to just stay away? Because we don't know what this guy throws.
We don't even know how long he's gonna pitch, man. That DraftKings note we talked about earlier, man, it was just wild. I'm just gonna read it to the nation. This is on DraftKings website. Kikuchi will be limited to 1 inning every few starts in the coming season in order to preserve his arm during the first major league campaign. So they're every few games they're just gonna he's gonna get 1 inning. So if that's the case, how long do you think they're actually gonna even let him go? Again, anyway, if you're that concerned and the season is just starting, that in the beginning of the season you're going to literally have him every so often have a 1 inning start, then how long are you going to let him go anyway? Do you think they'll let him go, even 80 or 90 pitches? I don't know, because I believe the dude is good. Boston hasn't seen him before, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got that edge. It's a good ballpark. They're home, but we got no idea how much this is going to be allowed to pitch. Do you? I don't know. Do you know, Joe?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know how much he's going to pitch. I stayed away from him in season long. I just don't. I'll let somebody else deal with it.
Yeah. And
like you say, you got to think Boston's going to be popular just because they're Boston, in my opinion. Yeah. And I don't. And it's a smaller slate. Yeah. We're really not even really talking about any of the first 3 games at all. I mean, Detroit, Toronto, is that kind of anything like Colorado, Miami? Obviously, we like the pitching, maybe in that. Houston, Tampa, I'm going to stay off of that too. We want to attack Peralta. We like the Oakland and A's. We like the Padres tomorrow, and then the Dodgers. Dodgers are a coin flip. I think they could go both ways. You got to think. Greinke did not pitch very long today. The Dodgers put in 12 runs. That bullpen was probably already used. Ray might go a little bit longer than.
Well, that's the thing Ray's got to prove to us, man. Because eating innings has never been his thing, man. Like this, he would get 16 strikeouts, but then he'd be at 115 pitches by the 5th inning. So, and him coming off of a rocky second half of his season. I don't know, Robbie Ray, if I'm the Diamondbacks, if that's, I'm sure they got some sort of depth, I'm sure, it's opening day. You can't tell me that these guys are going to be taxed because they got to pitch, you know what I'm saying, the second game of the regular season. But if all I'm saying is if I'm the Diamondbacks and I need a starting pitcher to eat innings and I got Robbie Ray coming up, I'm making some phone calls. I'm making some phone calls. I'm all right, we need some reinforcements in this bullpen. Because there's no way I'm relying Ray to go 6-7 innings. Because that man's pitch counts are just ridiculous. The DFS people love him. But as a real, in real baseball, that shit gets annoying as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, good question. Man, there's a lot of like the Dodgers to me are that like, I'm curious to see what the ownership projections are going to be for Ray and the Dodgers also after the Dodgers just put up 12 runs on opening day. Dodgers can't hit lefties though, Joe, right?
I'll tell you what, Bellinger looked pretty damn good this spring against lefties. So the Dodgers though are going to throw out their righty lineup. You're going to see Taylor going to play tomorrow. You're going to see, like I said, Kike is going to bat up in the lineup. Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. They got so many left-handed. Maybe Pollock might bat up higher in the lineup. So you got some more options, I think. They'll just throw out Barnes will probably, or maybe Russell Martin will play tomorrow. So
wonderful. Russell Martin. Wonderful. DeGrom looked good today, Joe.
He did.
DeGrom looked really good.
He did. He outdueled Scherzer.
Robinson Cano. Welcome back to New York, my friend. Welcome back to New York.
I mean, we kind of called that too. We were like, we like Scherzer, but one of those lefties are going to get him.
Yeah, exactly. We did. Yeah, man. The Mets was one of them. Mets was one of the free picks we gave out today, baby. Underdogs. Boom. Gloriousness. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers like the pitching, and we kind of went into some of the stacks. So, I mean, I guess at this point we can just kind of get into the top threes, right? Like we'll talk about, and then we can go ahead and build like the basis for the cash games in each site, whatever, right?
Sure.
But before we do the top threes, Joe, I need to remind everyone listening who is not already subscribed to wisestake.com that they should be subscribed to wisestake.com. And if you haven't tried it, I don't know why you haven't tried it. It's $2.50 for a day pass. You get access to all the content for MLB. It's the cash game articles, GPP articles, camp sheets, the Y stream, which tomorrow's Y stream or today's Y stream, depending on when you're listening to this, is none other than Patio Joe with his long lost son, Boy Genius, aka Bart Simpson of the Wise Take Nation, Cam G, triple threes, man. So I'm very excited. I'll be producing the show, so I'm very, very excited to watch the show and listen to the show. And that's gonna be the premium. That's after Joey and Cam and everybody does their research. And it's been a while since y'all did a show together, right? It's been a little while.
It's been a long time. It's been over a year,
Oh man. You know how it is with kids, man. You go to med school and you're trying to tell them like, hey, there's no money in being a doctor, man. Like, fantasy is where it's at, man. Like, you're wasting your time, Cam. But at the same time, you got to be a doctor. I understand. I understand.
We did some football shows this year. We did a couple editions. So, people in the chat room want you to bring back the beard.
Bring back the beard. The beard comes. I'm gonna make this real simple for everybody that wonders, because like I know to people it's like, oh shit, he shaved. Here's the thing: I don't like to shave, right? But at the same time, when my beard gets too long, it irritates the shit out of me. So what I do is every like week and a half, 2 weeks, I just buzz it all down, and then I let it grow back, and then I buzz it. So to me, it's more of a cycle. It's not like, oh, did CK want a beard? Does he not want a beard? If the beard is not long enough to irritate me, it's staying until it starts to irritate me, and then it's gone. So the beard will be back, and then it will be gone, and then it will be back, and then it will be gone. And that,
unlike Paulie, who's just lazy and just lets it grow that. Then all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, I got a date tonight. I better shave. And then all of a sudden one day he'll come in and Paulie literally looks like he's about 15 years younger. Like, oh, you slept. Paulie slept. No, you just shaved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Good times. Cam's in the YouTube chat, and he just said, "I didn't know I was." He said, "I didn't know I was on with him." Shit.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Yeah. But guys, get a day pass if you haven't already. Now, once you get the day pass, you see how good the content is. Then you might as well save some money, sign up for the monthly plan or hire the season pass, anything, and get yourself into the Slack chat. Slack chat is not for day passers at the moment. It's currently only for monthly memberships or higher. So I suggest you do that. Don't forget we got the merch too at wisestake.com. If you just listen to the show, fan of the show, you just want to rep the nation in your own way, you could do that by getting yourself a hoodie or T-shirt. Rep the nation strong. All right, time to do some top treesies. Top 3 pitchers as of right now.
Cole, Marquez, and Ray.
I'm gonna go Cole, Marquez, and I'm gonna roll the dice with Flaherty. I'm gonna roll them. Roll them. You know what I'm saying? Roll them. All right. So top 3 stacks.
Okay. Top 3 stacks. I'm gonna go with Padres, the A's, and the Cardinals.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Cardinals number 1. I got Padres number 2, and yeah, I think I gotta go Angels with you. You said Angels, right? Angels is one of your top 3. Right? Estrada. This is the fly balls, man. It's a big ass park. It's a big ass park. But fly balls, right?
Marco Estrada went to the same community college I went to. Played on the same team. Well, we didn't. He was way younger than I am, but
Yeah.
Glendale Community College.
Oh
yeah.
shit, man.
That's where
You could have been Marco Estrada.
I could have been. Yeah.
That's wild.
Remember Freddy Sanchez? Do you remember Freddy Sanchez? He played second base for the Pirates and the Giants. He won the batting title.
Yes.
I played with him in college.
No shit.
We were on the same team.
No shit.
Yeah.
He was on your squad. You could have been him. You could have been him, Joe.
You could pick it a little bit, yeah.
But you know what? It's all good because I'm glad you're you, Joey.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Don't worry. I still get the info from the MLB.
You got the hook up. You got the hook up, man. You got the hook up.
I still got the hook up.
Joey out there in LA doing his thing, man. He's out there doing his thing. I guess let's do home runs. Let's do some dong watch. Dong watch. Yeah, there you go. But you know what's funny? It's like last night we talked about it, and then I was gonna say dong watch, and I stopped myself, and I was like, didn't we rename it last night? And I was like, no, we did not. Okay, it is still the dong watch. So, what you got?
No, I'm going with Chris Davis.
You bastard. That's all I got to say about that. Oh, man, I love that dude. I love Crush Davis, man. Put him in my court today. Did me justice. Did that dirty to thy neighbor. I'll go with Manny Machado and grab his ass.
That was the next guy I was going with, so you just snaked
Revenge,
my guy.
mother, you know. Revenge.
I'm going to go with Mike Moustakas hitting his second home run of the season.
Oh, getting moosey goosey. Okay, let's go with Matt Carpenter. How about that one? Get some Matt Carpenter action. Yeah.
All right, and I am calling the Hunter Renfroe.
Oh, you
home run.
bastard! You snuck it up on me. Oh, you snuck it up on me. Wow. Distracted me. Wow, you pulled the whole look at this hand while I take it out of your pocket with this hand. Oh, Patio Joe. Oh man. Man, that sucks. That's a big blow. And like the problem is I want to take another Padre, but I don't know who's gonna play. Like I you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know who's gonna actually get a chance to play. So I think I'm gonna go with Mookie Betts. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
I'm gonna go Mookie Betts. I would have said Mike Trout, but I felt like that would have been too obvious. Well, Mike Trout, now that I think about it, is most likely gonna be like the most popular bat on the slate, right? Like people are gonna try to jam in Mike Trout against Marco Estrada, I would think.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Trout isn't even the highest player on the slate. It's Betts, and then Trout is the same price as Arenado and JD.
Wow, really? So, Trout is the most expensive player on DraftKings, hitter on DraftKings. Interesting.
Yeah, and then Yelich and right below him. So he might not be, but I mean, he didn't do anything today. So really, did he do anything? Yeah, Trout didn't do much today. They got shut out. So
boom, shut out. A's were the second team on the bets list today. 3-0. It was Mets, A's, Padres. Yes, it was a good day for the Wise Take Nation.
Nice.
Yeah, 3-0, baby. I'm up 6 units on the MLB season. 4-0 to start the season because I degenerately put a bet out for that Seattle. That's the second one. I didn't catch the first one, but the Ichiro's last game, caught that one. Seattle. Woke up in the morning, thought the game was over. It was still on. Extra innings, of course. I was hoping to do one of the things where you wake up and there's just more money in your account, but no. No, I woke up to a sweat. I woke up to 1-1 in the 12th inning. It's just like, sweet. All right. So, yeah, I guess with that said, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like and a share to support the White Steak Nation. If you're watching us on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow, give us a retweet. And if you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Help bump us up them charts. Patio Joe, anything in closing before we get up out of here?
Dodgers set a Major League Baseball record on opening day with 8 home runs.
Eight dongs. The Dodgers were also in my article. As a stack, yes, sir. That's what we do. That's how we do it. For Patio Joe, for myself, the entire White Steak Nation, as always, good luck.
Peace.